Nicola Peltz, The Battle of the Beckhams, Part 6. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor, continuing to analyse the behaviours of Nicola Peltz to make a determination about what she is. We now turn to her relationship with her in-laws, as this provides us with further material to consider. A detailed article from the Daily Mail brings together a lot of the information, so it's worth working our way through that. The last photograph of the Beckham family with their eldest son Brooklyn and his wife Nicola Peltz before their feud kicked off shows them smiling at Christmas time. The image is a far cry from the tense relations between the Beckhams and their son and his wife, following reports that things are beyond repair. Just 5 months after Victoria wrote, "Being together makes me so happy," Brooklyn and Nicola failed to show up to any of David's 50th birthday celebrations. Now, that failure, when it was a family occasion, might be said to be part of an absent silent treatment issued by a narcissist. Alternatively, it might be the reaction to somebody who has been slighted by family members and not able to put that to one side. It's also been reported that Brooklyn Beckham and Nicola Peltz have missed some 12 family occasions as of late involving the Beckhams, which certainly shows a pattern of behaviour. Is this a succession of absent silent treatments whereby Nicola Peltz is ostracising her husband from his family and deciding she doesn't want to bother with her in-laws? Or is it a response as a consequence of mistreatment by the Beckham family towards her and a justified reaction? Well, hitherto it would appear that the Beckham family have been entirely supportive. At the time when they met up at Christmas, there was a picture of all of the family together, and Nicola Peltz replied to Victoria Beckham, "I love you all so much." A couple of months before, they were all together again at the Los Angeles launch of Brooklyn's hot sauce brand Cloud 23. The family put their full support behind Brooklyn as he released his latest venture, as they all travelled across the pond to attend the event. The same month, they gathered again in London for a separate launch of the £15 sauce at a London Whole Foods store. In September, they all gathered in Paris to support Nicola Peltz at Fashion Week as she presented her SS25 collection. Amid claims of the family feud, David and Victoria are said to be deeply sad about the rift, while reports the pair are unwelcoming towards Nicola have been shut down by sources close to the couple. Friends of the Beckhams explained that the couple backed Nicola at every opportunity and that there was no anger but just a deep sense of sorrow about how things have turned out. They have gone above and beyond to help Nicola with her endeavours. Noting that the family attended the premiere of Nicola's film Lola in Los Angeles last year, a source went on, Victoria was even on crutches after injuring her foot, but wouldn't miss it for the world as she knew how important it was for Nicola and her son. Rumours of the family rift began to ramp up around the time of David's birthday last week, which culminated with a massive party held at London's esteemed Michelin star Restaurant Core on Saturday night. It was claimed Brooklyn and Nicola pulled out of attending the Met Gala with the intention of attending David's birthday party, but there were no shows at both events. Brooklyn was reportedly planning to attend David's party but felt too uncomfortable to come after he felt Nicola was being blamed for the rift with his family, demonstrating a loyalty, of course, to his wife, as you would expect. Claims that Brooklyn and Nicola were rebuffed when they asked David and Victoria to celebrate David's birthday privately were also said to be untrue. Brooklyn also missed out on David's early celebrations in Miami last month, as well as parties in the Cotswolds, France, and London this week. How many birthdays does this man need? Following the birthday party snub, it was revealed Brooklyn also declined an invitation by his father to join him and his brothers on a boys' fishing trip to celebrate his 50th. David invited Brooklyn on a short break 6 months ago when he began planning, yet his son failed to go despite arriving in the UK the day he went with Romeo and Cruz. Many have suggested that Brooklyn's decision was influenced by his actress wife, Nicola. Brooklyn was asked to join them ages ago. Then he came to London in time, but he didn't go. Once again, David made the best of things and had a great time with Cruz and Romeo. David still offered an olive branch to his son as he shared snaps from the trip, as he captioned one of the posts, "You were missed at Brooklyn Beckham." It's been revealed that Romeo's girlfriend, Kim Turnbull, is being made the scapegoat in the feud between Brooklyn and David. Kim and Brooklyn were undeniably close for a brief period, but suggestions they were ever an item are wide of the mark. In fact, younger brother Cruz personally shut down the gossip recently when he responded to an Instagram post showing a picture of Romeo and Kim together. In a now deleted message, one user commented, "It's appropriate to date your brother's ex too? Cool." Cruz replied, "Brooklyn and Kim never dated." One friend explained, "This is nothing to do with Kim, it's all about Nicola. All David and Victoria want is their son back, and they will be there to welcome him any time." Family friends claim that Peltz has a pattern of starting an argument before family events and then preventing her husband from attending. Now, if this is true, this is dropping the narc bomb. It's the classic narcissistic maneuver that is utilised by a narcissist for the purposes of asserting control over the intimate partner primary source. It can be done with other people within the fuel matrix, but it's commonly done towards boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, spouse. This is because a family event isn't about the narcissist, and particularly when it's an in-law event, this threatens the narcissist's need for control. And therefore, in order to get control back, the narcissist will do something, invent some drama, cause a fight, cause an argument to either draw attention back onto themselves from the intimate partner primary source, or even further, prevent attendance completely, thus totally nullifying the threat to control posed by the event. And the suggestion that she starts an argument before family events and then stops him from going is a huge red flag, and if accurate, is hugely demonstrative of narcissistic behaviour. It's also believed that friends of Nicola have been behind the briefings about Kim being the cause of Brooklyn's rift with his family, some of which went so far to claim that he had told them he'd refused to come to any event at which Kim was present. It would appear that potentially these are coterie members acting on behalf of a narcissist. A source close to the family explained Brooklyn was close to Kim because she was dating Rocco and they all hung out in a tight-knit friendship. But that was years ago. Brooklyn and Kim were close, but there was never any romance. It seems Nicola doesn't like Brooklyn spending any time with the Beckhams full stop, and is using his previous closeness to Kim, Triangulation, and her getting in with the family as a reason to not be around them. She denies it, but Nicola has been controlling him since the wedding. The family, including the brothers, have had enough of it. This is the narrative that's been put out to other news outlets, that Romeo is dating his brother's ex-girlfriend, and that's really weird, so that's why they wouldn't want to be around the family when she is there. But none of this is true. It's really upset Romeo and his parents because Kim is seemingly being used by Nicola as a reason to start the rift. Romeo is furious at the suggestion that he would bring an ex-girlfriend of Brooklyn into the family when there was never any romance. Thus it would appear that misinformation is being shared and triangulation is occurring in order to create conflict. It's also stated that Victoria Beckham and Nicola Peltz have non-stop petty drama between the two of them. Apparently, they've been locked in a Cold War before and since the wedding. They can't stand each other and don't talk. The build-up to the wedding was horrendous. Peltz reportedly didn't want Victoria Beckham to be any part of the planning, and she wouldn't clue Victoria in on anything. Communication was minimal. They haven't spoken to Brooklyn much in the last few months. Peltz is living in Miami with her new husband. Shortly after the wedding, Victoria Beckham posted a picture of the couple with a caption that read, "Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Beckham, welcome to the family." The post came after both Nicola and Brooklyn had already revealed that they would both be going by the last name Peltz-Beckham. David Beckham also ignored the joint surname in favour of Mr. and Mrs. Beckham when he congratulated the couple on Instagram. Now, this might be seen as being rather rude if your actual name is Peltz Beckham, and you might decide, well, somebody would be irked, you're not using my proper name. And if there's an ongoing feud, that could be seen as a deliberate act by the Beckhams to be inflammatory. Alternatively, it might just simply be an error, but viewed, should it be the case that Nicola Peltz has a need for control, as a threat to control. Peltz not only went against her mother-in-law by referring to herself and her husband as Peltz Beckham, but she also excluded Victoria from the photos she posted from the ceremony. She also posted another set of photos the following month with the caption, "Family is everything to me," with several images of Brooklyn and the Peltz family, but notably left Victoria Beckham out. This would appear to be some form of snub and an absent silent treatment. There were tensions on the wedding day also. Apparently, a major part of the divide comes from Brooklyn wanting to form his own identity separate from his family and Victoria's reluctance to let him go. This is a conversation that has been going on for years now, from before Brooklyn met Nicola, as his parents have tried to encourage and direct his career focus. He and Nicola both come from very influential families, and they're used to being told what's expected of them. Brooklyn feels he's never had the chance to be his own man and has always had to live in the shadow of his parents. Well, undoubtedly that's true, although it has been to his advantage, because whilst he seems like a decent enough person, he's not particularly talented, and he's had to rely upon the Beckham name to provide him with various opportunities, hence why he's called a Nepo baby. No matter what he tries, he's always pulled back, but now he's determined this is a new start in life and a chance to escape his past. It's also said that Peltz exited the venue following a performance by Mark Anthony in which he dedicated a song to Victoria Beckham and a subsequent awkward speech. The only people to hold a speech for Peltz were her stylist and acting coach, while the Beckhams largely kept their distance. There was a notable tension, it was explained. The Beckhams didn't really interact with Nicola or her family. Again, it might be argued that when it's your wedding day, you do indeed want it to be all about you. And therefore, if somebody's mentioning your mother-in-law, then you might feel somewhat irked. But would you respond by getting up and flouncing out? Might that be seen as a narcissist engaging in the third assertion of control by withdrawal? Interestingly, following a reveal by Page 6 that Victoria Beckham and Nicola Peltz can't stand one another, it was also mentioned that Nicola didn't want Victoria to be any part of the planning, and that Brooklyn's parents weren't even talking to their own son, and they claim that the relationship with his parents only became worse after he posted a cover of Nicola on Tatler magazine, which featured the headline, "The New Mrs. Beckham." It suggested that Peltz may be jealous of the attention brought to Victoria, especially on their wedding day. Guests found it odd that David and Victoria weren't seated at the top table with Brooklyn and Nicola, as is the British custom. The top table was all Peltz's, and it really felt as if the Beckhams were not at the forefront. There was a feeling that the wedding was all about the Peltz family, as you can imagine, as it was their house and their daughter and their son making the speeches. Also, Nicola didn't wear a single item from Victoria's fashion brand, despite her wedding spanning 3 days and including multiple outfits, which also led to feud rumours between the two. Following all of this, in August, Peltz then posted 2 pictures of herself crying on Instagram. She posted it with the caption, "Sometimes I find it hard to show the sad bits of me. Growing up with 7 siblings and 2 very strong parents made me really tough. They hammered it into me to not let people bring me down or hurt my heart. It made me put such a wall up to protect myself, especially in this industry. We all have days where people make you feel bad, and it's okay to be hurt by it. I just thought I would write something because I never show this side of me here. I wanted to show this side of me. I love you all so much and truly appreciate all of your support. It means so much when you guys are kind on my page. I want you to know I see you, I hear you, and it means a lot to me." Her husband liked and commented on the post. "You have the most amazing heart. Kiss, kiss. I love you so much. Kiss, kiss." Celebrity friends such as Irina Shayk, Paris Hilton and Selma Blair also showed their support for Peltz. The post comes one day after Page 6 had revealed about the feud between Victoria Beckham and Nicola Peltz, and could well be seen as a pity play. Rather than dealing with the matter privately, rather than dealing with the family feud privately, she has to take to Instagram to engender sympathy by issuing what looks like a pity play. The interactions with her in-laws are particularly interesting. Is this simply a misunderstanding and feud arising out of, on the one hand, the in-laws not being able to let go of their son and feeling that their son is being controlled by his wife and that upsets them? Or is it the case that they are unnecessarily interfering, which is understandably irking both Brooklyn and his wife, suggesting, look, let us get on and live our own lives, stop trying to interfere in our lives? Are they being ungrateful? After all, the two of them are nobodies, were it not for the fact of their families' fame and wealth on both sides. Or is this a response of a narcissist, whereby she's engaging in controlling behaviour, which is causing the Beckhams to react to that, and their reactions and disapprovals then threaten her need for control, resulting in her issuing silent treatments and pity plays? Well, all will be revealed as, in the next part, we reach the conclusion as to what Nicola Peltz is. Join me there.